Acosta, la abuela de Derek Rosa y madre de Irina García, y el padre biológico del menor acusado de matar a su madre, se preparan para demandar. 4 agencias gubernamentales involucradas en la investigación y en el caso, con acceso a la evidencia, han sido notificadas.
Tuvieron acceso a información privada sobre el cadáver de Irina y la publicaron. Uno de ellos la publicó. Salieron en las redes.
¿Qué busca la familia con esta demanda?
Le violaron la privacidad a Irina. Bueno, son imágenes de Irina muerta.
La entrevista exclusiva con el abogado que representa a la familia de Derek Rosa en Telemundo 51 y en todas nuestras plataformas digitales. Isabel Acosta, la abuela de Derek Rosa y madre de Irina García, y el padre biológico del menor acusado de matar a su madre, se preparan para demandar. 4 agencias gubernamentales involucradas en la investigación y en el caso, con acceso a la evidencia, han sido notificadas.
Tuvieron acceso a información privada sobre el cadáver de Irina.
A ver, familia, chicos, tú sabes que en el caso...
Lo que van a escuchar en este video.
Hola, mi gente.
Los videos que existen, las manos ensangrentadas, la llamada al 911.
Solo a Florida, sino a toda América Latina.
Thank you for helping me.
Even 3 seconds earlier.
Okay. Now, you've conducted hundreds of interviews.
Yes.
How many would you say involved? You already told me not a 13-year-old, but juvenile.
Quite a bit.
Would you say that you are versed on the law as far as when someone is confessing an incident to you and what you can and cannot say to them? What would be an accurate statement of the law? What would be an inaccurate statement of the law?
Objection, compound question.
My apologies.
Sustained.
Would you say that you're versed on the law? Period.
All right, where are we going now? Is there a specific thing that you would like to point out that he said or did that's relevant to the determination that I'm supposed to make in this case? If you would, go ahead and proffer it to me, ma'am, because it's 5:40 in the afternoon, and I don't want to take more time
We could just-
dancing around a cross-examination.
Okay.
Tell me what it is you expect him to say to you now. What area are you going into?
The detective says to Derek, if you want a chance to explain yourself, the only way we would be able to take your statement is if you agree to talk to us without the
All
presence
right,
of
will you
the
raise
jury.
that when you move to suppress the statement, ma'am? Okay, it's a marginal and absolutely no relevance at all to the determination I'm about to make once I get all the evidence in.
Can I ask him if he knows if that's an accurate fact of law?
Not right now, ma'am.
All right, I'll move on. Give me a second to gather my thoughts here. Okay, so I want to talk about a little bit of your testimony relating to the still shot from the baby cam. First of all, have you seen is there footage? Is there baby cam footage? Baby cam footage.
Not to my knowledge, only stills.
Okay. Now, have you heard the unredacted 911 call?
I've heard the 911 call.
The unredacted 911 call.
I believe so.
Okay. Does the FBI have the unredacted 911 call?
Objection, relevance.
Judge, apparently the FBI has the either forensic dumping or the phone itself. That was his testimony. I'd like to know what other evidence is not in Hialeah Police Department's custody and control.
What does that have to do with the issues in this hearing?
What, Judge? She was testifying as to premeditation or evidence that, this is something really planned out. And part of his testimony was that he, Derek, typed or searched X amount of words and searches on his phone. I want to know how he knows that those searches were conducted by Derek.
I guess we'll find that out in discovery now, but it's a little moment to me right now.
Okay.
As I've said to you guys about 20 times now, I want to focus on the conditions of his detention to determine if they violate his constitutional rights. Where the evidence is being forensically examined right now doesn't take me anywhere on that question.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
In terms of the medical examination, do you know anything about depth of wounds?
The depth of the wounds?
Yes, sir.
I was there when they were doing the autopsy, and I got to see when they actually pulled the skin back, and the doctor explained to me that it hit organs and organs and organs.
Do you have any specialized training to know depth of wounds? You yourself, without somebody else telling you.
I'm not a doctor, if that's what you're asking.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Well-
I'm asking if you have any specialized training to know on your own, without another person telling you, the depth of a wound.
Well, visually, you could see if a wound or an injury goes through skin, and if it hits the organ, you can make an estimation, but other than visual,
Okay. Can you also visually identify the force needed to create certain wounds?
it depends if it strikes a bone or not.
And you could tell that visually, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you have any expertise to determine what's a defensive wound or offensive wound?
May I just inquire if I can go back? Do you still need this, Ms. Riella, or can I go back to my table?
No, I do not. Thank you, Ms. Morales. Do you have the expertise to determine what is a defensive or offensive wound?
I have handled many homicides and or stabbings, and I am talking to you from experience that I know what a defensive wound is in a knife attack.
So that's yes, you do have that.
Well, it's experience on the job dealing with it many times. So I don't have the medical explanation, but I can tell you what's consistent with a defense wound.
Okay. Is one of the witnesses that you interviewed Mr. Frank Ramos?
Frank Ramos, I interviewed him or dealt with him before. Initially, I don't think I interviewed him initially. I interviewed the defendant's father.
Now, have you met Mr. Ramos prior to this incident?
No.
Okay. And since the incident, how often do you speak?
Objection to relevance.
Judge, the detective testified that he received the still shot from Ramos. The detective also, if we recall, on the 22nd of November, took his personal cell phone to Mr. Ramos's home for a Zoom meeting. I think everybody remembers that, right?
Yes.
Do you remember
I
that?
think he appeared on a cell phone.
His cell phone, correct.
For us, at your honor's request, he drove over there to...
When I asked the detective to drive over and find him so we could take testimony from him as to whether he agreed to entering his apartment for inspection.
Okay.
Okay. Where are we going with this?
Have you relayed any of the findings to Mr. Ramos?
Judge, I have an objection pending.
Now we're on a new question.
Right.
Yes.
All right, let me hear your question then.
Yes, Judge. I don't want to talk about the cell phone anymore. He took his cell phone, Your Honor asked, he said yes. The evidence, the investigation, the course of the investigation. Have you revealed details to Mr. Ramos about it?
Absolutely not.
So you never told Mr. Ramos?
Objection to relevance.
I'm sorry. What would be the relevance of that? I'll allow you to respond to her objection.
I'd like to know, Your Honor, any type of bias or any type of, why would Mr. Ramos know that there were X amount of
I know we
stabbings?
don't have anything in this record which would indicate that Mr. Ramos knows there were X amount of stabbings. Move on to your next question now.
Do you know if Mr. Ramos would know what the search is on the phone?
Objection to relevance. I mean, for this hearing, all of this is irrelevant.
I don't understand. Next question, please.
asesino. Hay gente que le están pidiendo pena de muerte a un niño.